So the drum sounds great. We've tuned it. We've used our chromatic tuner. We've used tension watches. And we have tuned the drum to itself on either head and made sure all the zones are correct. We've pulled a note from the pipe major's pipes and tuned our bass drum to that note. But now you're being told, hey, when I stand here, it sounds bad. What's going on? Right, you've meticulously tuned your drum. And all the time you are standing right in front of the heads, it sounds amazing. And really, even far, far back, it sounds great. But you have players that are standing directly in front of you or directly behind you that are telling you it sounds dead or flat. And this is what I like to refer to as the dead zone. Now, there's a big, long discussion about this, and I'm trying to get this down into a 10 to 15 minute video. So I'm not going to cover all the scientific elements of this. But before I go any further, I need you to do me a favor. Please click like and subscribe to my video and my channel. The more subscribers I get, the more likes I get, raises my video in the YouTube algorithm and helps other players find my videos. So do us all a favor, do the community a favor, hit subscribe, hit like right now. The dead zone is a spot between your left and right heads. And while those heads are flexible, the shell isn't. Now granted, the shell does resonate, don't get me wrong, but the shell cannot be tuned like the heads can. So while these heads have the ability to flex and vibrate at different frequencies, the shell, in a general way, is set at one particular frequency, or it's limited in its ability to vibrate. And so I'm going to talk about why you're getting that dead zone. So the sound projects out from those heads. Those heads, being in tune with themselves, enable them to vibrate at the same frequency. And we've talked about frequencies before when we've talked about 440 or 452 or 480. That is generally a frequency, and those frequencies correspond to notes, especially on bagpipes in this instance. So those heads are vibrating together at a given frequency. The shell cannot be tuned, and so while it does resonate, it cannot be adjusted in pitch like the heads can. And so it's already limited because it is a firmer, stiffer substance than what the heads are. So as we strike our drum, we are pushing the heads in, okay? Because they flex, right? That's given. You can see that even on the screen. You can see the reflection in the bass drum change as I flex those heads, okay? And because we are striking and pulling the mallet away, we are allowing this membrane to vibrate and flex back and forth. And it's that reaction, depending on how hard and how firm your mallets are, will bring out that tone, that resonance in the vibration of the head. But striking the shell doesn't give us that same response because it's a much stiffer material, be it aluminum, be it wood, be it carbon fiber. It's much stiffer than the heads are. So my microphone is here on my shirt. So I'm going to make sure I'm in line with the bass drum, and I'm going to strike it. Now I'm going to go around the back of the bass drum and strike it again. Listen for the intonation and the tonal change of the sound. And once more, just to help our ears remember what we heard before, here's me facing the shell. And so we see the punchiness, the warmth isn't there when we're facing the shell, but it is there when we're facing the heads. So while the shell is able to vibrate and resonate, it cannot flex and move as much as the heads can. And so this creates a dead zone between those sounds, because this head is facing this way, and bass does travel in all directions much easier than treble or midtones can. And so yes, the bass does come out at a wide angle, but being bass drummers, we are in the worst seat in the house when it comes to listening to our bass drum. And that goes for the people that are in front of us or behind us. And so that's why we tune directly on the heads to make sure the note coming off the heads is correct. And that's how you can explain to those bagpipers or the snare drummers or whoever is in line with the shell what's happening and why they're hearing that flat, dead sound. Now, in competition, you will see a lot, I'm not going to say all, but I will say a lot of bass drummers. They turn the drum and themselves as they're marching in. This is called crab marching. I have also heard it called side marching. But turning those heads to face the front pipers, to face the snare drummers in the back, helps project the sound in the right direction. So take this into consideration as we're playing. Where do we want our sound to project to? Some judges, as they are standing, will walk around because they'll be in that dead zone. And so they want to hear to make sure that the bass drum is tuned correctly. So as a general rule, I like to face one head towards the pipe major, who is usually at the head of the band. And I will also like to face one head towards the snare drummers, who are more than likely at the back of the band or the other side of the circle. And so you're evenly distributing the sound to the top and bottom of the circle. As I've always said, my videos are not to lay down the law. They are not saying this is the only way. They are not saying, I know best. So the bass drum giveaway didn't go as planned. I walked around the Northeast Florida Highland Games. Unfortunately, I guess still due to everything that went on last year, people are a little reluctant right now to go out, and that's totally understandable. So my bass drum giveaway is still on. I hope to attend another Highland Games here soon. I understand the Smoky Mountain Highland Games are going on. I understand the Greenville games are going on, so I hope to be at one of those. New merchandise is up on my store, so if anybody wants tenor drum or bass drum specific t-shirts, now's the time to go check it out on my Etsy store. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.